It is a privilege for us here at localbozo.com to have with us as our guest for an exclusive interview, frontman from the Offspring, Dexter Holland. Dexter, thanks so much for giving us some time today.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Dexter, rumors of a new record from the Offspring began back in 2009, but the new album Days Go By was only released this past June. Talk about the challenges in putting out the new album and how pleased you've been with the final result and the response it's received.
Well, yeah, our record did just come out a few months ago, and we're really proud of it and proud of the way it turned out. And I think the challenge is just that for us, we want to make sure the record's really good and really solid the whole way through. And for us to do that, it takes a little bit longer. So it did take a couple years of us working on the record pretty consistently to get it to where we were really happy and satisfied with all the songs.
The new album opens up fast and furious in typical Offspring fashion with the song The Future Is Now. And while the trademark power punk sound is still there lies almost this maturity to the album, and also a nod to pop music on a song like Cruising California. Is that a difficult fine line to satisfy longtime fans while still remaining appealing to first-time listeners?
Well, I think we're trying to satisfy ourselves. I think every record does have the kind of the fast and furious stuff you were talking about, the stuff that people really think of when they think of our band. But we always throw in some things that are unexpected on every album, whether it's Cruising California on this song, on this record, or Why Don't You Get a Job on Americana, or what have you.
I think the biggest compliment that one can pay the album after 20 plus years being in a band is that the entire album fits into the best of the band's catalog so seamlessly. How have you guys harnessed this fountain of youth? I mean, the entire band seems to be ageless.
Well, thank you very much. You're too kind. We really love what we do, and ultimately, you got to make the music that feels like you and feels natural and authentic to yourself, or it comes across that way definitely to your listeners. So we're just doing what we love to do.
Over the years, The Offspring has always been a fearless band, one that always writes fun and catchy rock music, a band that always looks like they're having as much fun playing as their fans are in the crowd, and one that never takes themselves too seriously. What do you think it is about this band that's given you the legs for such longevity?
Yeah, we grew up, we were very influenced and inspired by punk bands that we're listening to, like the Sex Pistols or the Ramones or the Dead Kennedys, for example. But when we started writing music, we didn't want to be sort of stuck to one particular genre or style. We didn't want to be a dark band necessarily, or just a funny band. We were kind of writing whatever came to mind at the time, and not taking ourselves too seriously. Maybe goes back to our roots in the punk scene, where it was very much, there were no airs, I don't think, in the scene back then.
What surprises me most about the band's catalog is that Conspiracy of One is often overlooked as a vastly underrated album. I mean, everyone always wants to talk about Smash, Americana, even Ixnay on the Hombre. Of the albums you've written, which specific song's commercial success surprises you the most?
Well, the first time we got on the radio, come out and play, that was a surprise, just because we had never had anything like that happen to us before. Songs like maybe Pretty Fly for a White Guy, you kind of knew it was going to go one way or the other. Either it was going to be something that people really were going to like, or they were really going to hate. So maybe the one that surprised me the most would probably be The Kids Aren't All Right, because it's very much not meant to be a popular commercial type single. It's very much a punk rock anthem kind of song, but it seemed to really resonate with people, and it still gets played a lot on the radio.
Now, the band is stopping locally in New York City at Terminal 5 on Wednesday, September 19th, with support from Dead Sarah and Neon Trees. Talk about what it's like for you guys to perform here in the Big Apple and your recollections of playing here in the past.
It's great. New York City's it's awesome to play at. We've had tons of great shows at places like Roseland and, you name it, Coney High and stuff like that. I think one of the first times we ever played was a little tiny club called ABC No Rio, and I couldn't even tell you where it was now, but it was gnarly. It only held like 100 people, and it was raining, so water was dripping on our equipment, and it was a little bit sketchy, but a fun time.
It sounds like New York City. Now, with a list of dates in the U.S. through the beginning of October and a tour of Japan thereafter, what are the band's plans for the rest of 2012?
Well, yeah, we're in the middle of, this is kind of like our main U.S. headlining tour right now. We're out for about 5 weeks, and it's been really awesome so far, and we're having a great time. We're happy, we're proud to have this record out, happy to be out there just playing new stuff to as many people as we can. We're going to go to Japan after this in the fall, and maybe a couple dates here and there, like there's something in Miami towards the end of the year, but not a whole lot for the rest of the year. And we'll kind of regroup and see what we can put together next year. We're planning on going to Australia in next February, and I'm sure South America will be in there as well. But just a lot of touring right now because the record's sort of just come out.
Dexter, it's hard to fathom that Days Go By is the band's 9th overall album and the Offspring's 7th on a major label. When the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame eventually comes calling, looking back at having created so many anthemic and successful rock songs and reflecting upon the past 2 decades as a whole, what do you hope the Offspring's legacy will be?
Oh, hey, just that we are, just a good rock and roll band. That's what we were basically trying to be, and that we gave people some good times. I think there's a lot of things to get you down out there in the world, and music can be a great way of getting a release from that and just feeling better, even if it's just for a little while. So that's what we're trying to bring to the people.
Dexter, you've been so gracious with your time today. Is there anything else you'd like to leave for the readers of localbozo.com?
Oh, hey, thank you very much. We always have a great time playing in New York City, and we hope to see you all down at the show next week.
Fans, Days Go By, the brand new album from punk rock legends The Offspring, is available now wherever you pick up your rock music. You can catch the band locally right here in Manhattan at Terminal 5 on Wednesday, September 19th, or at the Paramount in Huntington, New York on Thursday, September 20th. Tickets are available right now on Ticketmaster at just $39, and this is a band that truly delivers every time out. For more information on the band and tour dates, check out theoffspring.com, and it's been our absolute pleasure speaking with The Offspring's Dexter Holland today. All the best of luck with the new album and tour.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice talking to you.